Hello everyone, my name is Phawx. The IA group were kind enough to send me this video for me to show to you guys, and they immediately start off with the multi-touch capabilities of the screen itself, thus confirming that it is multi-touch. You can see how smooth it is as well. I would wager that it is indeed 10-point touch, which is really awesome. The game that they're going to show off is Horizon Zero Dawn. The other bit that they had asked me if there was anything that I wanted to see is said, oh, definitely put hardware info on there. I want to see charge rate, and I want to see the TDP of the SoC. Outside of the other metrics like what the frame rate is and stuff, that's great, but being able to see what power draw is coming out, we'll be able to clearly understand how much battery life we'll be able to get out of this device. And I'll be able to comment that on a little bit later for you guys, just so you guys can understand. The one thing that I would like to point out here is that these controllers that are on the device right now are not the final controllers on there. More to the point, they also show that they have to activate them. You can see that the controller's half turned off. If you look on the right-hand side, the controller's turned off and nothing is working, and he's wondering why. And then he turns on the controller. Right here, look on the right side, you're going to see those controllers light up, and then he's going to be able to start moving around, and it works just fine, which is pretty awesome to see. The other thing that I'm glad that they showed is the settings. So you will see that it is running at 800p. There is no resolution scaling. It is at 100%, so it is full 800p. The preset is to favor performance, so it is on the low-hand side, and this is what you should expect. I mean, it is running an integrated GPU. However, going through this entire benchmark, the performance is really good. There's a few things that I would like to talk about, and we'll get into that in a second as we start showing this video. One thing that I would like to comment on is that this video the gameplay video that is not mine will be the last for my channel. If you want to see more updates on gameplay videos, you should go over to the IA YouTube channel directly. The link for that will be in the description field below, so definitely go ahead and click on that and start looking up to get updates on latest gameplay videos. When there is an IA Neo that is more production ready, more for manufacturing, I will then be showing those gameplay videos going on my channel, but this is just a one-off, so don't anticipate that I'm going to have more gameplay videos for the IA Neo on my channel. They're pretty much going to be exclusively on the IA YouTube channel. That's just something that I want to say. So now there's a few things that we want to talk about here. One is I'm glad that they left the frame rate uncapped, and we can see that it's only barely getting over 30 frames a second. That's amazing. That's great. The one thing that I would say here is that you would definitely 100% want to frame cap this at 30. And this is how I like to run my gameplay demos as well. It's more just for information purposes. We're not saying that this is how you should run the game. This is just to get an idea of where its ceiling is. And you saw that it got up to like about 35 frames a second. Having this fluctuate anything above 30 is just going to introduce stutters and other things that are going to make games not really awesome to play. You definitely going to want to frame cap this at 30 to also get the additional benefits of getting a bit more battery life as well. You actually see the SoC power level go down. The other thing that I want to mention here, if you've been looking at that charge rate, you will have seen that it is basically 32 watts. I'm going to say like averaging 30 watts. The battery is a 47 watt hour battery. So it's just simple calculus. If we're at 30 watt average and you have a 47 watt hour battery, you're going to have around 90 minutes of battery life here playing Horizon Zero Dawn. That doesn't mean that you're going to have 90 minutes of power battery life for every game. It's just that if 3D games that are going to be very demanding on the SoC itself, you can see that we're using 18 watts, and getting this performance is insanely great. For 18 watts, the total system power is about 15 watts extra. And again, that includes the LCD, the RAM, the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the SSD, all of it, for everything to be running, and additionally also the fan on the heatsink as well, right? So there's other power sources outside of the chip itself, and that all culminates into this 32 watt power draw that you see here. So I'm super grateful that the IA group has been able to show us this information. It provides all the information that we need to be able to basically inform everyone. This is going to be equal about 90 minutes of battery life. A little bit more, a little bit less. And just for this game, right? Again, I want to stipulate that is just for if we're pushing the chip to its very max, that is what you should anticipate. So it's pretty interesting to see. I think for my part, the only other additional piece of information that I would like to see here is the temperature of the SoC itself, which is not present. And I think that would be the last bit of information that we would need to kind of get a good idea of where this prototype stands. And there it is. The benchmark is over. You can see that there was an average of 32 FPS. That is totally playable if you lock it at 30. That's That's super awesome. Obviously, you can see the minimum frame rate actually went down to 17, and we are running 800p. So there is still a way for us to get better performance. You could actually do a resolution scale and push that down maybe to 70%, 60%, and that would also give you more. You could still lock it at 30 frames a second, but have a very more consistent frame rate across the board. Anyway, that is a look at Horizon Zero Dawn running on the Aya Neo. Again, if you want any further new updates on gameplay, you should head on over to Aya's YouTube channel. As always, guys, thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.